The Great Hamster Getaway by Lou Carter, illustrated by Magda Brol. Raffleton Grey was as bored as could be, with nowhere to go and nobody to see. His round and round wheel never went anywhere. His house in the corner was gloomy and bare. The food was so tasteless he turned up his nose. The wood shavings always got stuck in his toes. And so every day he would dream to be free, to run on the pebbles and splash in the sea, to snooze by the harbour and breathe in the air, and gobble up crumbs people dropped at the fair. "It's time," he declared as he gazed at the stars. "Tomorrow's the day I'll escape from these bars." His plan was quite simple, and all he would need was a roll in his ball and a sunflower seed, a nudge from the cat, a bump from the chair, a seesaw, a duck, and he flew through the air. Through branches and leaves he came tumbling down and landed beside something scruffy and brown. It scuttled and hid in the shade of the tree, and Raffleton gasped, "You're a hamster, like me! No need to be frightened, I'm Raffleton Grey." And then he said proudly, "I'm running away." The other one smiled, "I'm Puckerford Brown. I've run away too from my owner in town." The two little hamsters were finally free. They ran on the pebbles and splashed in the sea. They snoozed by the harbour and breathed in the air, then gobbled up doughnuts they found at the fair. They danced and they sang and they rode all the rides. They feasted on ice cream and slid down the slides. It really had been a spectacular day. But then it grew dark as the sun slipped away. The two little hamsters began to feel worried, and eyes seemed to follow them wherever they hurried. All through the night they were chased by the cats, followed by foxes and seagulls and rats. By morning they just couldn't run any more. The two little hamsters flopped down on the floor, and Raffleton said, "I don't like being free. It's not as much fun as I thought it would be." What would become of them out in the wild? They sat and they wondered. Then Raffleton smiled. "I know," he said, "of a wonderful place. It's not far away and it's perfectly safe." Their plan was quite simple, and all they would need was an old piece of rope and a twang from the tree, a bounce on the cat, a fling from the gnome, a sponge, a balloon, and at last they were home. "We made it!" cheered Raffleton, darting about. "The food is delicious and never runs out. We'll snooze in the house, have a wood-shaving fight, and run in the round and round wheel every night." Raffleton Grey didn't want to be free, to run on the pebbles or splash in the sea. "I don't need the crumbs people drop at the fair. I don't need the harbour or seasidey air. I think I was lonely and needed a friend." So everything turned out all right in the end.